Hey, hello, this is the Common X Gamer putting his foot forward and just wanting to do a little catch up. I'm going to do a little freeform on my thoughts. I'm not going to have a script. I'm just going to first say what is up and what I'm aiming to do in the coming days, weeks, months, and by golly, I hope years. So, anywho, what have I been up to? Just been living life and been doing a few different adventures here and there. I did recently finish Red Dead Redemption and loved it. By the way, I did play Undead Nightmare as well. And then I went back to do my annual playthrough of the Ori games. I am, uh, I want to say maybe at best 40% the way through there. But anywho, and so, very soon after that, I got some new games coming up that I am extraordinarily excited to get my feet into. And when it comes to feet first, that is a good segue into next week when, for one, Helldivers 2 is coming out on Xbox, which is wonderful. And by the way, I already have it on PC, so I have no reason to get it on Xbox at present. But their Warbond announcement with the ODST remixed into the game is very, very super cool. And as a Halo 3 ODST fan, I could not be more excited to just try it out for size and just get back into Helldivers. And yet, there is something else coming out the exact same day as that Warbond, and that is Gears of War Reloaded. And happily, I managed to set it up to where I would be able to get it for free, more or less, because I have the Ultimate Edition of Gears of War, and I got it well ahead of the deadline of when, you can get Gears of War Reloaded for free. And that is a side tangent for another day as for how I got Gears of War Ultimate for free as well. Anyway, and then, cracked voice. And then this week, Gamescom was coming up and came around, and as of today, I guess it is still going on. And during this week, the expansion for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, they put out the release trailer, and that is coming out in 2 weeks from today, September 4th, which is awesome. With the Order of Giants, it looks wonderful. It looks like a well-made expansion, and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was my favorite game of last year, and I certainly hope. I try not to get too in depth on, like, say, game awards and whatnot, but I think it does deserve some recognition, some being an understatement. But speaking of giants, there was one more giant announcement today, and Hollow Knight Silksong has been announced to release at long last, also in 2 weeks on September 4th. And I'm like, oh boy, I am going to be gaming really good really soon. And that is a good feeling to have, especially in the midst of how prices are going up for reasons that we don't need to get into, because I am more about us being able to game and have fun playing games and worry about how the real world is trying to mess all that up right there. And again, I think that is a topic for another time, because, everybody's going to have their opinions, and I believe there is, time for civil discussion about that right there, and how we, talk about it, address it, and, like it or not, having to live with it. So that's as far as I'm going to go. But on a positive spin, though, as of me speaking about this, I don't know what the price for Hollow Knight Silksong is yet. I am hoping it is going to be something in the realm of, $30. But with the amount of work that they had put into it right there, and how rabid Hollow Knight fans are ready to give Team Cherry their money, you know, I am okay if it went a little higher than that. And for sure, there's probably going to be a physical release of some kind right there that, you know, fans are going to probably shell out even more money for too, which is wonderful, which if that's the case, definitely hope that we all can, you know, be able to budget on the side. And, you know, since I said the B word, budget, hopefully soon I can then bring up talking about budgets and, you know, how we look forward to, you know, getting the next game, or budgeting our time for backlogs, or budgeting our time for life around games, or, you know, what we cook, what we eat, and everything. So, you know, as I'm rambling along right here, more of these thoughts keep coming up right there too, because, you know, gaming is definitely a lifestyle. Some will disagree with it right there, and, you know, there are many lifestyles that can be agreed to be good and or bad for you. But, you know, as long as you're doing well for yourself and making time for your own personal needs right there, you know, that's good. There are times that, you know, there are bad habits that can definitely take away from all that, and I personally don't think gaming is one of those things. Yet again, you know, if you get too absorbed into it there, you know, that then can be a bad habit. All right, off the rambling on that. What else do I got going on? You know, I'm gonna be doing some camping within the next month. I got, in the next couple months, a couple big concerts that I'm gonna be able to attend around where I live, and then going to see family and friends back where I came from in the next few months right there. So, you know, I got a lot to do, a lot to think about. And oh yeah, as far as adulting is concerned, of course, got plenty of work to do. And lately I've been thankfully a lot more slowed down on taking overtime, which has, in the recent times, you know, been very helpful, but, you know, it can get draining. So, you know, working my way to get my life back, to be able to do stuff like, you know, me talking to you about, you know, gaming, stuff's going on, you know, I think that's very important to me, and I hope I can continue to build up and continue to make more videos consistently right there. So, you know, I don't know what else I could say about that. I need to keep going. So I probably won't do, like, you know, big videos like this for a bit right there, because I gotta, you know, balance all these other things out there too. But hopefully I can share some new and exciting items coming up. Oh, and right before I made this and started blabbing into the mic talking about all this stuff, I made a little quick time lapse of a puzzle, and it's revealing what I want to do a live stream for, and I decided to do the 2D Sonic games, which, you know, are near and dear to me. So in the next couple weeks, I'm going to make that my goal to get ready to do a full live stream. I'm probably going to do some tests first to see how it goes. And yeah, that's about it. So here's my goal for the next couple months anyway. So obviously today, 2 weeks ahead of Silksong and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, get this video up, and then around that time, get done with Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and also finish my elongated playthrough of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, so I'm ready for Order of the Giants. Order of Giants? I need to look that up. I think it's the Order of Giants. Order of the Giants. I'm sure people would have misspoke of that. And then after I get through some of that there, oh yeah, I think I have Alan Wake 2 off to the side that I need to finish a playthrough of right there. Do the Lake House expansion one more time on PC. Anyway. And I'll probably, you know, make a few different things in the kitchen, show what else I do on the side, or little adventures local to me. So anyway. All right. I'll probably just brainstorm and go from there. Maybe that could be a little fun live stream video too. All right. I'm done rambling. So everybody, game on and take care.